Do you how's the dating scene over there? Have you been with anybody while you're over there? That's a little, if that's inappropriate, then don't answer it.
This is the hard hitting journalism that I am here for.
Thank you for sitting down with me, but I know you're overseas right now, right?
I am. I'm in London for a couple weeks. I have one show, but I'm also visiting a good friend, and he's letting me stay in his flat for 2 weeks, which is so stupid of him.
Wow. What are you gonna do besides the one show? Or you have any plans?
So he manages a lot of talent over here. So I'm gonna get to go to some shows. There's like a Shaka Khan musical that's like about to premiere. So I'm gonna go to that. And then Devil Wears Prada, the musical, gonna go to that. And then hopefully see Paddington. That's a hit musical over here. So I'm
I'm
gonna
so jealous. I want to see that little tiny robot bear walk around, move his little face.
my friend, okay, Taylor Tomlinson, actually, she was like, it brought her to tears. Like she was like sobbing.
Well,
Yeah.
I know Taylor takes antidepressants, so it's it's, and I know you do too, so maybe
Yeah.
maybe it'll work out.
I was gonna say it's actually quite hard for me to cry. So if
Mm.
if Paddington can break through my SSRIs, hats off to that little fuck.
Did you have you listened to any of the music or seen any of like the video that they put out? Because
I've
it,
seen
it
some of the video, but I haven't listened to the music.
it looks so it sounds it's amazing. It's beautiful and the videos look just so spectacular. And I'm so jealous of you that you're able to go see this
I'm
where
gonna
it's
try.
born.
Yeah, yeah. Fingers crossed. It's been sold out, I guess, for months.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna sell my ass on the streets of London if I need to see this little pantsless bear.
Do you are how's the dating scene over there? Have you been with anybody while you're over there? That's a little, if that's inappropriate, then don't answer it.
This is the hard hitting journalism that I am here for. No, I have not met up with anyone, but I'm on Grinder over here, and I
Mhm.
my goal is to bag me a British boyfriend to take
Okay.
me away from America.
Do you think they're not going to accept your what do you have green cards over there? They're not going
I
to
don't
accept
know.
that stuff.
I'll take whatever color card lets me stay here.
What are you looking for in a London daddy? What's going to be over there for you?
Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously, every British guy is more civilized than any American man I've ever met. So, like, already he's going to be a gentleman, I can tell. And then, like, obviously, I want to date a guy that's so rich. He thinks, like, what I do is adorable. But, like, he's ultimately, like, his hands are covered in blood with money from dark places,
Yeah.
and I'm just like doing stand up on the weeknights while he's like selling his soul for our retirement.
He always is like, don't ever ask me what I do for
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. And he's like this.
Yeah. Just a
Ask me
threat.
again. Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, that guy, I think, you know what? He has a dark soul, but great sex. Wonderful sex.
Yes. Oh, sell your soul sex. Yeah. Yeah. Sign me up. Sign me up.
I'm not kidding. If I could find a woman who would do that for me, I would be so happy.
Would you be a sugar baby to a sugar mama?
Of course, if she's attractive, then yes, I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so brave of you.
I never look. You said, look, you're the one talking about fours and shit inside of, in the special. I'm not settling for a four. I'm aiming for at least a seven, seven or above.
Amen. No, I know. I will. It's so funny when you do a special because it's like, oh, I've documented a lot of my thoughts now. They are out there. And I do maintain that fours are a little bit, they let loose in bed a little bit more, or they've
Yeah.
done like research. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're like, now's my time to shine. I'm going to do what I got to do to like
Uh-huh.
get a rave review.
The, it's the dirty talk. It's the things that you've never, the things that you've seen in videos, but you've never like even thought about doing it yourself. And you go, holy shit, it's happening right now.
Yep. Well, and also, I don't know if you experience this with like girls that would maybe not be a nine or a 10. They're often like a bit lackluster in bed, at least when it comes to really hot guys. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's because they've been like conditioned to do the least, but
Yeah.
like a four will toss you around. A 10 might just be like, welcome to my body, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I think I do agree with that. And especially like just when it comes to something as simple as dating, whenever I'm on these dating apps and I'll see a woman and she's like spectacular, gorgeous, out of my league, and she has the most basic, boring profile. I like to travel. I like to go out and party. I'm outdoorsy. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
mean shit. And then when
Nope.
I see somebody who's like in line with me, I go, holy cow. That's the woman that's supposed to be with me.
Yeah, it's always I also don't mind the whole like 10 scale, like when you call people like a 4 or 9 or a 10, but we need to like do quick math and like
Mhm.
add in other judgment points. So it needs to be like what's their bank account of
Yeah.
0 to a 10, what's their like personality 0 to 10, what's their style 0 to 10.
Mhm.
Then you got to like add those numbers up, divide by whatever category we're at, and then that's their true number, you know?
I think dating math is something that needs to start happening. It's like, yeah,
AI. Let's
you're
get
like
AI in
you're
there.
exactly. Let's get it. Let's the only time I'll use AI willingly. Let's get AI in there. Dating math. We can start this show. I think this would be an excellent show. No,
Oh,
it won't, not an improv show, like a true TV show. They're buying reality shows like crazy. TLC will fucking love this.
oh my God. For me, it could be called AI for the gay guy. And I do, Chad, do believe that like if if AI got to the point where it could just like log into my phone,
Hmm.
absorb everything about me, it could find my, blood money dark soul man.
Mm,
Like it'd be like, oh, it's this guy. He,
yeah.
he's in, Slovenia, but he's ready.
I don't know if you're on Hinge right now, but on Hinge in they have like a best of section where you have to spend money to like basically essentially ask a person out. They have roses, but
Oh
you get
yes.
one free rose a week and then you spend money. But anyway, in the best of section now, they have this new I will say like AI driven summary, and it'll say like you've been swiping more on women who are adventurous and funny, but love, to
Yeah.
stay indoors or something like that. And
Yeah.
it's almost always just somebody that is like not even on my radar. I'm not even interested in, and it's just not even worth my time
Yeah.
saying yes because I know she will not respond.
Okay, hey, we have to keep shooting for the moon. We
Mhm.
have to keep shooting for the moon. Let it fly. You're a very handsome dude.
I appreciate that.
You already can tell you're charming and you're researched on my gay ass. So like I could only a girl would be blessed to have you. Period.
Mhm,
Full stop.
mhm, mhm. I thank you. I appreciate that, and I will clip it for social as well as for my own personal compliment bank. But I get hit on. You mentioned this in the special. When gay men hit on on straight men, I get hit on constantly. And I take it as a badge of pride. I wish it would just turn over to the other sex so that I could at least have that. But I take what I can get at this point in my life.
But you also like, I do think if a guy is being mistaken as a gay guy, highest compliment. It's just
Mm.
the highest compliment. That girl, especially if it's a girl mistaking it, it's like she feels safe around you. She's clocked that you have style. I know you smell good. You know what I mean? Like you're listening to her and it doesn't seem like you have ulterior motives. Like that's great. Like honestly, just keep acting gay as hell and you will it will work out. I guarantee it.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Now listen, I reached out because I saw this special, and then I saw one clip from the special oh, well, I don't even think it was from the special. I think it's on your Instagram, and it's so funny. The homophobia thing, the spider thing, that
Yeah.
was so fucking funny to me that I had to watch the special, and then I said I have to reach out to Zach because this is just it's masterful work that I don't think we see a lot of in stand up at all. And I'm yes, there's a lot of gay or queer stand-ups out there, but this is I think one of the few times besides like Ellen and like older queer people in stand up that I'm actually paying attention because we're I know Mateo Lane and I know other people like Joel Kim
Joel Kim
Booster.
Booster, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Joel years ago, but it's just like stand up is not as diverse as I want it to be. And the diverse voices are kind of, either they make $500 million or you literally have to go to like a back room to see them perform.
Or they're me.
Yeah, it's great. Like again, I talked to a Conan writer named Skylar Higley.
Yes, I
There's
love Skylar.
Yes, there's a middle ground of comedy, the middle class of comedy that people aren't paying attention to you and to them, and that's you. You're in that.
Yeah. I Well, first of all, thank you for you were making me blush about the complimenting the special, and I do feel Amy Miller is a great comic in LA. She's from the Bay, and she just tweeted or put on threads like she's so like she's about to tape something, and she's so like in pain over the fact that she's trying to like hone in on these personal, um, hilarious, like very unique jokes, and the industry at large is not rewarding that behavior these days. It's like it's rewarding like fast fashion comedy,
Yeah,
sort of like where it's just like, oh, like crowd work would be like a good example. And I understand the crowd work is an invaluable thing to get audience and eyes on you, but like, yeah, a lot of like specials these days don't have a through line. It's just kind of like 45 minutes to an hour of like random jokes. And
hmm
like, I will say, not that mine is like an epic through line or anything, but I do like it was like a culmination of my first 13 years of doing comedy. And
Wow.
like, I want all my specials to be like good. Like, I want
Yeah.
them to go like, oh, I loved his first one. His second one wasn't my favorite, but his third one about blank is so good, you know?
Yeah, it's on that point about just like random jokes. I feel like people like Mitch Hedberg were good at that, and then you have people who can do crowd work like Todd Barry, but
Mm.
there's an art behind both. And if you can't really get the art down behind either, then you're in like this purgatory of stand up. And
Yeah.
with you, there is a giant through line on the YouTube on the special that's on YouTube, mostly because I saw it in the chapters, and it does feel like you are telling. I would say yes, the first 13 years of your stand up story, but also this story, and not of you coming out, but you just living in the world as a gay man who happens to do stand up, and
Yeah.
it's so perfect for you and especially for this point in time where people I think should be paying attention to different stand-ups who aren't just straight white dudes making telling stories in the at MetLife Stadium or whatever.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. I'll try to watch like a straight white guy, I'll say of a certain age, like
hmm
the like generation one or two above me. And I'm just like, the first like 10 minutes are about his how bad his wife's like pussy smells. And I'm like, oh my God, this is in an arena. Like all these people are like foaming at the mouth for this. And I'm just like, it's not how I was raised on comedy. And it wasn't like, and like you quoted Ellen. Ellen's Here and Now special is one of the specials that made me want to do stand-up. And it's still so funny.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. And I love YouTube for the mere fact that like people can find my special from here until the day YouTube goes dark, I guess.
hmm
And it's accessible. And like hopefully comics at my level or in like this middle ground, middle class of comedy will pop eventually, and it just won't be on a billboard. It'll be
Yeah.
like in hindsight, you know?
Yeah. Are you finding that touring is helping you out gain followers and everything, or has social media been something that's like helped you balloon into a more recognized comedian?
You know, I I was just talking to my friend about this. Like, I need to play the social media game more than ever. I am like, I don't know if it's my age or just like again, like when I started comedy, but like it was like a thing where it's like you don't post clips unless you are like crushing. Like
Yeah.
you don't just like throw anything out there. And now it's truly throw anything out there.
Hmm.
Like start a trend, get a 500,000 followers, like just play the social media game. So like the biggest ticket sales I've ever gotten have been correlated to opening for Taylor, and my team booked me one nighters in the same cities after I opened for her in those cities.
Oh
So
shit.
like we did 2 shows in Denver and then I sold out Denver Comedy Works. We did like 3 shows in Boston. I sold out Laugh Boston. But like that was like the most immediate traction I've ever felt in my entire career.
Did you ever think about just calling it? I saw on the special there was a neon sign that said Tower Bottom. You ever
Yeah.
think about just just that's your hashtag, Tower Bottom?
It should be. So my fans are called Tower Bottoms because
Okay.
it's like Zach Noe Towers, like Power Bottom, but Tower Bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, fans are called Tower Bottoms, and that's that sign I got for my podcast, Good Morning Sodomites, and it like hangs in the back of my podcast. But like Tower Bottom could absolutely be the name of a special,
Mhm.
or it's on my merch, but no one wants to buy merch that says Tower Bottom on it. I'm finding out all these lessons the hard way, but you know, just trucking along.
Yeah. there's some Tower verses out there, some
Tower Tops,
Tower Tops,
yes.
Tower Fims as well. Uh,
Yes.
what's your audience diversity like? Is it mostly like feminine presenting people, or is it a mix of everybody?
Yeah, it's more and more gay guys, which is so
Okay.
exciting because I do feel like gay guys are the hardest audience to please.
Hmm.
I think we just have like I guess high standards. Um, but then it's like yeah, a lot of like girls and like moms even. And
Mm.
I would identify the straight men in the audience as hostages that have been brought under duress. But then one of my favorite compliments to get is from the straight guys after the show being like, "Man, you're so funny." Like I didn't know. Like I had no idea. And I was like, Spread the word, Chad. Let your friends know, Brian. Like I'll be back in a year probably. Like let's keep going." But yeah, I do find a lot of support from the like the girls, gays and theys.
Hmm. I think that's as much as I love Peloton. I love doing Peloton, but they focus on my biggest issue is they focus on a lot of women and like women because it's 65% of the people I take the classes are women. And I just think that if they just open it up a little bit more, if then they could have a big diverse group of people. But on the other hand, I think that it's very important for people to have safe spaces to go to,
Or
and for gay men, for women to enjoy comedy as much as like a straight. I was gonna say regular. Jesus Christ, I'm so
no, you
fucking
can say
stupid.
regular. Say it.
As
I don't
much
care.
as
You
the
go as a
normal,
normal,
you know,
healthy
man with a
person.
gun. We love shooting things. We love, especially our wives. We love shooting at our
Stop.
wives.
Stop. That's
Yeah,
so funny.
I want people to be able to enjoy things and to love things as much as everybody else does love things. So
Wait, so on Peloton, are they being like, "All right, girls, let's see those titties bounce," or
it's
something?
some instructors do stuff like that, but I think it's because I think it's female centric because there's a lot of women instructors and there's a lot of general female empowerment. I will
Sure.
say because I take a lot of the classes, so I see where instructors lean politically or spiritually or mentally or whatever, what have you. But it's a lot of like female empowerment
Empowerment, yeah.
that is good again, but also I could talk for an hour about how much I just think that they need to be a better company. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that.
Sure, just broaden things. I honestly kind of want to do jokes tailored for and or about straight guys to
Mhm.
kind of like wiggle in there and be like, "Hey, like I see you. Like I'm half you. Like I could be like the straight guy whisperer maybe in my next special.
That's it. Tower Bottom, Straight Guy Whisperer. We've already got your next two special names lined up.
Hell yeah.
What kind of jokes would you write to for a straight guy whisperer? Like what like what I don't know what any premises would be. And you know you don't have to pay me or anything. But I'll give you let's see you how much you love sports and then you just barely graze the idea of what sports are. There you go. That's a
It's like
premise.
it's basically like heated rivalry recaps. It's my entrance to sports is gay hockey.
Yeah.
Um I do think there's something very like funny about alpha males and how they seem to be like the most sensitive people on the planet,
Yeah.
And it's just it's yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to get to a point where it's like, okay, like they guys like that just need to see like the most masculine dominant man do something a little gay to like trickle down and normalize it. So like if we could get The Rock to just suck one dick, like I think homophobia would kind of like shatter.
The Rock of all people, the guy who won't even say whether he's Republican or
Yeah.
Democrat. That's I you know what? I think that'd be great. That would be the one video that they open up Pornhub for everybody again because I can't get it here in Atlanta. They open up Pornhub for everybody again. That's the video that's up there. It's DJ sucking a dick. It's perfect.
Wait, that's crazy. So that's eerie. Whenever I go to Florida and it's like I try to look at like porn, it's like not here, faggot.
No.
Like it's the eeriest like web page to pop up. It's
Yeah.
like this is not permitted. It feels very Handmaid's Tale. I didn't realize it was Georgia too.
Yeah, and like sometimes there's some website you go to it says this is not available in your region, and I'm just like, come on.
Be like the region being my groin,
Yeah,
my crotch. Is it available there?
my my crotch is available everywhere. Anybody at this point in my life, I'm ready to go. Anybody calls me like, "Oh, you're 2 hours away." I'll be there in 2 hours to 90
Just
minutes.
sit tight. Maybe you should come to LA. Maybe your girl's in LA.
Oh, I would hope so. I think LA is difficult for anybody. You know, I'm even just like just doing work there. I'm a producer in my regular job, and I don't know if I don't know if I could just sustain life in LA with all those people.
Yeah, I've been there since I was like 22 and I definitely like stumbled around, but now I feel like I have my footing, but I get that. It's also like though like weather-wise and like vibe-wise, it is a great place to like quote unquote struggle because
Hmm.
you're just like, "Oh, it's like beautiful out. Like I'm gonna go to the beach or I'm gonna go lay at my friend's pool and I'll figure out this job stuff tomorrow,
Yeah.
you know?"
When did you feel like you like were making it at when you finally made it as a comedian? Because in the special you mentioned how you don't the marriage thing, like in the
Mhm.
healthcare thing, like how you feel like you can support yourself, you're doing a good
Oh
job,
yeah.
and then see I watch that shit. I know these things.
I know. I'm so Chad, you're really I love it.
You're
You're hitting
welcome.
all my tender spots. I was so reluctant to call myself a comedian for forever
Hmm.
because I really wanted it to be like my income. I think that was like important to me to be like, oh, I'm a like I'm pursuing comedy is what I used to say for the longest time. And then like around 2018 was like probably my best year yet. I got like
Mhm.
JFL New Faces. I got like the Time Out Comics to Watch, which is a magazine in LA. I got a show on called Dating No Filter. It was like six comedians, like kind of roasting blind dates. And I like sold or I optioned a feature that I wrote. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, I'm a professional now. Like I've
Wow.
got tax returns that say writer, I've got tax returns that say comedian, and like I got to give up my side gigs that year. So that's when I was like, okay, like baby comic, but I'm a comedian. When I'm on it says comedian,
Wow.
Zach. Yeah.
That's amazing. When it took me forever to even get like the producerial title. I worked in the news for a little bit, and then I had to like it was basically like 3 years of me calling myself a producer when I was not, and then I finally landed something where I was actually an associate producer, and I went, great, this is wonderful. And then land another job, producer, great, wonderful. Step back, no producing job, and then it snowballed from there, which thankfully now I can like say the words I've been producing for, 10 or however many years. And
Yes.
it's just fantastic. And it creates like this like vote of confidence in yourself to where you thought, hey, maybe I'm a comedian, I'm a producer, but you like internally, but then you just would never say it out loud.
Mm.
And then when you get to that point where you can say like, holy shit, I'm
Oh,
good at what I do,
yeah.
it's there's a sense of relief that no like it's unmatched, at least in terms of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure like you feel like aligned with that title and you're
Mhm.
like, oh, and like it's like manifesting really. Like you step into it. You're like, I am a producer. So when I wake up, I do this, this, and this. Like
Yeah.
I produce these things, you know, and
Yeah.
it's great. And yeah, it feels amazing. Now I will never tell a stranger that I'm a comedian ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever. But like in my head, I'm like, I'm a comedian and a liar.
The first thing that they always say, make me laugh, tell me a joke. Like the fuck
I
you gonna
mean, it's in like, and I used to feel pressure to kind of do it before, and now I'm just like, did you have $50 on you? Like, I'm not doing it for free. Like,
Yes.
because it just depends on how much bandwidth I have at the time, but
Mhm.
they could get roasted if they enter that territory.
When you meet up with somebody on a grinder,
Mhm.
I'm an ally. When you meet up with somebody on Grinder, what do you tell them that you do? Do you say like I'm an entertainer, or do like what is it?
You're gonna be shocked to hear this.
Uh,
Most connections on Grinder do not care what you do for a
mm,
living.
makes sense.
That's adorable though that you think that comes up.
It's not. It's not. You get you're not. You meet at a restaurant in public. You shake each
Sure,
other's hand. You say, "Nice to meet you. I'm Zach," and he's like, "Hey,
sure,
I'm Bill," and then you guys have a nice meal, and he's like, "Okay, hey, next date, let's decide to do something." And it's a date. It's a real date.
yes,
Your next date, we'll go on a hike or something.
sure. I mean, we like definitely like if it's not a hookup and me and the guy are like flirting and talking, there it is becoming interesting because some guys will be like, I've seen your videos.
Hmm.
And I'm like, care to elaborate? Like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Other guys on Grindr would be like, oh my God, is it really you? Like, I'm a fan. And I'm like, do you think I'm funny and hot? Or is this just funny?
Yeah.
So I will say it gets a little like dodgy trying to identify how they know me in what capacity and if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of people see comedians and they're like, oh, this is another thing that everyone says to comics, don't go putting me in your act.
Oh
Don't go.
God.
And I'm like, you are the most boring person I've ever met in my entire life. Like
Yeah.
you're marked safe from my act. Um, but I think some guys have this notion that like if they date me, I'm gonna make fun of them on stage. And it's
Right.
just never been the case. I don't even write that fast. You know what I mean? Like I talk about me for the most part and like vaguely about like hookups gone wrong or like,
Hmm.
but no in no way to identify. Like the man would have to like volunteer, like he's talking about me. Otherwise it's like, well, just keep your mouth shut and we're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ex, she put up TikToks. Like they were like, oh, my ex used to do this, my ex used to do this. I dated this one guy, and they were all about me. It was just like I confronted her on it because we reconnected like last year or something. I
Yeah.
confronted her on it, and she's like, yeah, you made me do that. I was like, you're right, I did. I'm a big piece of shit.
That's so funny. But no one was in the comments like, who is he? Like
No.
name him. Like,
No.
okay.
No, that also reminds me, Nicole Byer, when she was on dating apps, I think she would like talk about how guys would like go on a date with her and then they'd like shyly be like, I recognize you
Yep.
and like I'm a fan of your comedy. And
Yep.
I wouldn't want, that. I like I don't want people knowing who I am. I went on a date with a girl a couple of months ago who knew me from a run club, and I was just like, honey, I don't go to that thing anymore. and we don't have to talk about that. We don't talk about
Wow.
working out. Yeah.
I've heard that run clubs are like the horniest spaces ever. Is that true?
They are and it's disgusting like because at some point some run clubs are very small and it's great because it's you and 10 people and you're doing whatever workout, but then when it balloons up to hundreds of people and they're all fucking each other in
Yeah.
between runs and quite frankly no one's fucking me and then I like you feel a little bit jealous and you're like I'm done with this run thing. I don't
Yeah.
want to be here anymore.
Like you whores need to run to a church.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always quoting scripture. I go, I can't think of a scripture, but but I always quote it.
Yeah, I've heard it's like a very horny space for straight people. And God bless. Like
Mhm.
that's cool. But also it's like you're getting sweaty and then you're like, I don't know, smelling on each other.
Yeah,
But I guess that's maybe part of it.
that you want to see people at their lowest, and their lowest and
Yeah.
their sweatiest.
I
That's the
do
whole.
say I do like to go on like hikes as a first date because if I like him in like just like athleisure, I'm like he probably is pretty. I probably like him, you know.
A hike on a first date is a good idea. And it's different than a drink. Than being like,
Yes.
hey, let's get a drink. And I know you don't drink anymore,
Hmm.
but you are the progenitor for why people have blackout nights, apparently. But it's I yeah I'm an advocate for doing anything but drinking. I went on a date. I went on two dates in the past like 3 weeks where they were like, we can go on a date, but I only have an hour available on this day. And one was at 8 a.m. on Friday, so we got coffee. And another one was on 11:30 a.m. on a Sunday. And she's like, I'm going to a pool party at 1. And I was like, we don't have to do this. Like,
Yeah.
don't waste my time.
Sure. Wait, did either of the dates go well? Wait, and it was it the same person?
No, two different people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I part of me like the anal retentive part of me loves like a budgeted time. Like, okay, like this is our window. It's our get to know you hour or
Mhm.
whatever. Great. But like, yeah, the other part of me is like, oh my God, like if you're like a drill sergeant and like you have all this like time blocked off and like maybe it's not, maybe we're not the best
Yeah.
pairing.
They also both ghosted me. Yeah.
After the coffee?
After both coffees, yeah, I was ghosted on both.
That's so funny. I think of boys as ghosters. For whatever reason, I don't think of girls as ghosting, but women in men's fields.
Yeah, I get ghosted periodically. It's very sad at this point, but anyway,
No, hey, do not take that personally. Literally, everyone gets ghosted.
right.
It's like just unfortunately like part of the culture
Hmm.
these days. I think they get so scared, or if they're not scared, they're deeply selfish. And like either way, c'est
Yeah,
la vie. You know, like bye.
I was stood up for the first time about a week ago at a bar on a Friday night. And I was going to take an Uber there. I decided to drive, and then I was like, as soon I left after an hour, after like 30 minutes, and I went, thank God I didn't take an Uber. That would have been so
I
expensive.
could you imagine? Then you pay
Yeah,
like $70 to get stood up.
yeah,
I've definitely been stood up a handful of times over the course of my dating career. But honestly, it's a numbers game. Like that's why
yeah,
like I keep just putting myself out there. Like, I don't know. And also the older you get, you're just like, YOLO, baby.
yeah.
Like, let's do this.
Yeah, it's dating life is hard, but I'm sure even for like for a comedian, it is just like torrential because you are touring every so often, and you just have to worry, or not even worry, but just like think in the back of your head, what am I going home to? Or hopefully in this new city, I can meet someone new because I have one late show, and then at midnight, I've got nothing to fucking do.
Totally. Yeah, I am not opposed to a romance on the road. As I said at the beginning of this, I'm open to getting married while here in London.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Manifest it. What kind of
yeah.
it's like a nice big guy, rich, a little bit dark because he won't tell you what he does. We've got that in the bag for you.
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Well, Zach, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. This has been a pleasure. I'll have this out later this week, and
Cool.
good luck over there in London. Let's
Thank
find you a nice guy.
thank you, Chad. Let's find you a nice girl. This has been so lovely. I feel very seen and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, bud. All right, I'll see ya.
Okay, bye.